Alright guys, and I know exactly what some of you are thinking. Who the fuck is this? You ain't DarkWorldMOFO. And that's true, I'm not DarkWorldMOFO, but it should have said that in the video title, so you should have sort of known what you were getting. Hopefully he's got my name in it as well, so you should definitely know what you're getting. But yeah, I actually contacted DarkWorldMOFO and said you wanted a collaboration of some sorts, and put a suggestion forward. He just wanted to do a video swap. You know what? I'm more than happy to do a video swap, so shout outs go to DarkWorldMOFO. And I know what you're all thinking as well, these things are just horrible. It's just somebody begging me to subscribe to them. And I mean, I wouldn't quite put it that way, but yeah, it's basically the exact same thing. It's basically people saying, look, I'm pretty awesome as well. Why don't you come subscribe to me? And I'd be lying if I said I was going to try something different. It's pretty much the same thing. But I'm going to try and convince you with my absolute most fun deck, my champion deck. And if you're probably wondering what the hell is a champion deck all about, well, it's about bringing out Gaia the Dragon Champion and kicking him smash with him. Now, to be honest, the deck barely never wins. It wastes a lot of resources, and not a lot of you thinking, isn't this kind of similar to that stupid Blue Eyes deck, but with Gaia the Dragon Champion instead of Blue Eyes, and Blue Eyes is stronger, so it's sort of pointless, and you've got your infusion cards which help you neg and it's still weaker. Couldn't you just run this like a hero deck and have actual good fusions with stronger stats and better effects, or a genuine effect? Yes, you could do a lot of those things and more, but be missing one very special ingredient. Be missing the champion. At the end of the day, that's what this deck's all about. I don't care if some of the decks get better stats, don't care if some of the decks get better effects, don't care if actual decks have effects. I've got the champion, and that's all I need. So I'm going to try and convince you with some epic games, and the deck list at the end of my champion deck. Now you're probably wondering, what else do you do? What makes you so special in an oversaturated YouTuber market? To be honest, probably not a lot. Because, there's only so much you can do when you're doing the YouTuber thing. Everyone's got their deck lists, everyone does the openings, I've got some Lord Attack on Galaxy Box openings and other stuff, and everyone does basically the same thing. They just try to put their own spin on it and improve upon it to try and gain subscribers that way. Some people put a lot of editing details in, some people, focus in and talk about a specific deck because they know more about it because they played it so damn much, like DarkWorldMOFO is kind of in his name. He's all about Dark World. And I guess my speciality would be trying to go one step further, trying to go more in depth. I do a lot of Dev Pro deals because a lot of people really like it. So I've started, I became a bit of a Dev Pro / DN commentator. Just because a lot of people really like that kind of stuff, like see deal videos, so I try to bring them. And when I'm talking through, when I do a live game, because sometimes we record live, I try to tell you why I'm doing the thing I'm doing rather than just say, we're going to summon X card. I say, we're summoning X card because, just so you feel like, you're getting more out of it, you actually understand what's going on. So it makes sense. Sure, I misplay a lot. Well, not a lot, but I sure I misplay still. It's just, I try to give reasons for why I do things. Hopefully that makes sense. And I guess my kind of decks that I kind of prefer to play are all slower decks, they're stun decks, they're balanced decks as I like to call them, the decks that if they're going to plus, they're going to earn their pluses. And the reasoning for that is, I'm a like a 10-year veteran of this game. I actually played before it was released with proxies, so I've been doing this for a very long time. I did quit in 2006 and then came back in 2011, tail end of the synchro era. I remember seeing Trisha for the first time thinking it was bad because I looked at all the resources you have to give up, not knowing that there's easy ways to bring it out. So there you go. So yeah, my specialities was slower decks, control based decks, stun based decks, because back in the day that's really what you had. You had your original beat, you had that's with Lagins and mechanical chasers. Then you had the Yatagarasu and hand control decks, and leading up to original chaos and goat control. Everything was kind of slow and balanced despite the powerful spell cards that existed back then. So that's kind of where my speciality lies, because that's what I kind of played the game with, that was what I was brought up with. But yeah, hopefully that all made sense, and I know I'm just plugging myself, but at least I'm honest about it. People just come out and beg for subscribers. Sometimes people just come out and talk all the nonsense. At least I'm being honest with you. That's got to count for something on it. It counts to something for me. And if you're picking up an accent, which you might, I'm from Scotland, just in case nobody knows. Now I know my accent might be hard to understand for some people where English isn't their first language. That's why I use my sort of spin on a radio voice. That's kind of where you try to talk as plain as possible. And if you don't think this is talking as plain as possible, go look up Scots English. It's like a second language, honestly. The way you pronounce some things, it'll fucking blow your mind. And that's another thing. I try not to swear a lot as well. Obviously this is a children's card game, a lot of kids might watch, and obviously if they're playing online they're going to hear fucks fucking every second, but I'm not going to really add to that. I try to keep this swearing to a minimum, except when I'm doing live events, which I'm going to start up soon. They're going to be uncensored. And that leads us to the end of the duel videos. You're just going to see me bring out two Gaia the Dragon champions. This guy was actually subscribed to me, so shout out goes to him in the video as well. And yeah, it's basically me just showing off. I can bring out two Gaia the Dragon champions, why the fuck not? Just win in style. So now guys, with all this done, let's get on to the deck list. So if you've enjoyed all those epic games, now I know some of you are going to think it was a load of shit, because obviously you're here just for the meta crap, which, you know, it's fair enough. You like the meta, that's up to you, man. I fucking hate it, but that's your thing. But I know it's just if one person out there loved those games and wanted the deck list, I did not want to leave them hanging. So I figured I'd bring it, and I'm just going to quickly run through it as quick as I can. We've got 3 Gaia the First Knight, 1/3 of your epic champion combo, you need to run 3. 3 Curse of Dragon, another third of the epic champion combo, you need to run 3. Stratos and triple Prisma, because Prisma can become 1/3 of the epic champion combo, plus it helps go into rank 4s for Emerald to bring back either your champion or pieces of your champion, plus it allows you to run 1 Miracle Fusion if you so desire, and it actually has a level 4 summon monster, which this deck always struggled with. To summon a monks, you can search out Prisma and Stratos, and you've got a lot of spells in this deck you won't always need. 3 King of the Swamp, he can become 1/3 of the champion, he can help you Miracle Fusion plays, and he searches out Polyfucking. You cannot ask for much more. 3 Fusion Recovery, because honestly you're negging so much, and obviously you're going to lose most of your games. It's just a fucking champion deck. He doesn't win, he just looks awesome, that's what he does, that's his thing. But you will lose a lot of resources. This helps compensate that a little bit, and I run 3 to maximise the chance to get it. Plus, if you win those clunky hands, you can almost get that second fusion off. This can help you get that second fusion off, which is always really nice. 1 Godstorm, you just kind of need it. Triple Polymerization, of course, the final third piece of the champion combo. Then the 1 Dark Hole, Triple Summoner's Art, that searches out the 3 Gaias and the 3 Curse of Dragons, and you know, if they're dead, same with all these cards, if any of them are ever dead, just monk them. Monster Reborn, you can bring back Gaia the Dragon Champion, and you know, Stratos, Prisma, just a fucking damn good card. 1 Reinforcement of the Army, you know why it's here, it searches out Stratos, it can also search out Prisma, then it's in the deck, it's not a search card, it's really good. Double Duality, you don't always have a fusion play, you usually do, but you won't always, and you can play slow because you're not going to be 1 turn killing them anyway, or it's highly unlikely. Although for the record, I have 1 turn killed once with this deck. 1 Miracle Fusion is just something I threw in because a lot of space, it could be live, it's a good kind of last ditch attempt. I wouldn't want to make this too hero-y because it's not a hero deck, it's a champion deck, never forget that. 3 Safe Zone, protect your champion at all times. Solemn Judgment, protect your champion at all times. Now 3 Magic Cylinder. Magic Cylinder is obviously a really good card. It can just help you have that finishing blow you need to win the game. You might have put in a lot of damage but just not enough. Set this, they'll most likely run into it, flip it up, and you've just got a game. Compulsory is just a damn good card. I would never have any deck without it. I've always loved the card, and it's especially good right now. Everyone's all over it again, but I've always been all over it. And then with 2 Call the Haunted, it can bring back your champion, bring back Prisma, Stratos, Monk, whatever you want. You know what Call the Haunted does, it's pretty damn good. Then we get 3 Gaia the Dragon Champions, 1 Gaia Dragon with no charge. You don't actually need these rank 7s, this is just in it because it's death prone, they don't actually cost anything. And then you've got Gemnic Pearl, he is Emeraldable as well, which is why I like him. 2 Emerald, you will go into it probably twice, I think it's worth running 2. Black Unicorn because there's the pesky cards, and just some random fusions. You can maybe bring this out. It's never really going to happen, but it could. And the size is not really important, to be honest. It's just cards I threw in. So guys, that was the deck list. That is everything you need to know. It's pretty damn awesome. It is the champion deck. It's called the champion for a damn good reason. Well, it's called the champion because the Gaia Dragon champion it, but you know what I'm saying. And once again, credit, shoutouts, thanks, all that good shit goes out to DarkWorldMOFO. He's a good guy. He's a pretty awesome guy. I'm subscribed to him. You should be too. So thanks guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.